Welcome back to Touhoumon. Lunatic Platinum. The last part I explored this city of Sunny Shore. Went through its gym. Battled its gym leader. Now in this part, I'm gonna go past this city, see what goes beyond. I don't know if it's gonna take a whole part before I reach Victory Road. Oh, you're gonna talk to me, Jasmine?
Hey, Don. What the? You went and got all 8 gym badges, Asino? Aw, you, that's wicked, I envy you. But don't think you won. Because I'm going to be the toughest trainer ever, you watch me. Before I was dreaming, I just wanted to be just like my dad. Now things are different. I thought about what being a trainer involves. I thought about what puppets are. We're going to get tougher, one step at a time. I'm not going to challenge you to a battle now. I hate to see it, but I know you're tougher than me. But not a whole lot tougher, just a little. Our difference is about a yard? Nah, not even an inch. What I'm trying to say is that I will catch up to you in no time. If you don't hurry to the Puppet League, I'll leave you in my wake.
Is that your friend? Debatable. Seeing how you two got along made me happy somehow. Must be wonderful having a friend like that. A person that you can share anything and everything with. Motorcycle. Could that be heard in the recording? I don't know. A person you can compete with without fighting. It made me feel sort of warm seeing you two. May seem odd, but I'd like you to have this as my thanks. Isn't much, but it's waterfall. Gonna have to see if I can change to waterfall from surf, mid-surf. Or else I'm gonna have to get rid of a move slot for my fish, which I really don't want to do. The hidden machine, it contains waterfall. If you use it, you can get to the Puppet League. I don't know how I should say this, but good luck. Yeah, there are some previous areas you can get waterfall with, but there's like, I think I remember seeing like maybe 2. So I don't even know if I'm gonna bother. Certainly not gonna bother off screen, or on screen. If I bother at all, it'll be off screen. Alright, so here we go. It's another water route with trainers, as you'd expect. This is literally how the last game ended. It's determined to go to the Puppet League no matter how hard it is. It's just you had a water route, or you had to use waterfall to get to Victory Road. I just did that again. I'd do anything to you. I don't think you're a water type despite being used by a swimmer. You don't have technical Kogasa doesn't have Intimidate. But I swear like every single other one does. Alright. Third recording of the day. Have nothing to talk about, as to be expected. And then if I actually try to get through Victory Road during this recording session, might be many more recordings I do today. Now it's past 12. Not like I'm in some sort of tight constraint. I can play however long I want, really. Because I don't think I'll be interrupted for a while. It's a Saturday. Normally I have plenty of time to record on those days. Excuse me for wearing my bikini. I mean, you're swimming. Is something wrong with that? Every other swimmer's wearing the exact same thing. I don't believe we've seen this before. Yeah, I think I said in an earlier part how, when I saw a different form of Sukuna, that I was surprised by that, because I didn't think the other versions of the 14 puppets have other forms. They do. After, like, re-looking on the site, yeah, it appears that all the 14 puppets have some different forms, whereas once you get to 15, that's it. Puppets from 15 onwards don't have other forms. As you can see, with the majority of my team. So I guess... When did Jolene evolve? It was before I gained access to the shards, so I wouldn't have been able to give her a different form anyway. So, if I had been more patient and had actually known that I could buy shards at the store, then I could have gotten an alternate form. I could have maybe used an alternate form for Jolene and Mystia. But whatever, they've been fine as their default form. Was I multitasking too much, battling and swimming at the same time? I mean, it's not like swimming in place requires any energy whatsoever. You just kind of let yourself float. Not the smartest idea to have my fish out during a water route, but also sees the lowest level. So, you know. Yeah, whatever, I'll get her out of the front. Someone who can actually do damage. Maybe. Mistia can sometimes do that. I train at a puppet gym, too. Don't think you're going to win easily. You train at the local puppet gym. That's an electric type gym. Yeah, Mistia should be able to do damage easily. Immediately gets thrown into a puppet with Intimidate. Of course. Don't you die to Dark. I think I remember that. Substitute? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Huh? Oh, light screen! Oh! Okay. So, just firmly keep pressing that heart's eye speed up button because this is a waste of time. Special defense -2. You're level 50 and you're learning stuff like that. What? G. Well, you didn't set up a reflect, so Thunder Punch should do pretty well here. Assuming you don't outspeed me and kill me immediately. Which hopefully shouldn't. You got a scythe, so I assume that means you're a physical attack. Never mind. Why would I assume the lady that carries a scythe around would use physical moves? Hits people with boats. Sounds pretty special to me, eh? Marasa. So defensive about that. Because she has the ink behind her instead of in front of her. Shows a more defensive nature. Something. How many swimmers we got on this route, huh? And I had my fill of water route. Master Wake, I mean Crasher Wake, sorry. Just kinda... oh my god, we're still going. Just kinda get to the point here. No? There's still this many trying... We really did not need to have a full-ass water route here. We could've just had a little small bit of water, just so you could put waterfall at the end, but you had to make it a whole route. Do you really need to do that? My fish is following behind, and I can't do anything about it because of nothing but water trainers. Swim every day there. That's my dream. Deep breathing before battle. Breathe in and out. Oh, they have 6 puppets! Oh, they have 6 puppets together! Oh boy! Do super effective damage on the star. Mistia, please, because she's a nature type. There we go. Now gone. I remember this fish being kind of a pain, so I hope it just dies without being a pain. Namazu. Okay, good, it's gone. That fish was in Fantasy Made Wars. Gave a very stupid voice for it. I actually can't remember. Did I use that like stupid voice I used for the fish? Was that the same voice I used for King in Deltarune? Because I decided when I played through Chapter 5 again, I used that voice again because I assumed that's what I did earlier, but I actually can't remember. I haven't watched any of my previous Deltarune videos before Chapter 5 in a while. With like one exception. Well, apart from Chapter 4 that came up like a couple, like, probably over a month ago at this point. I haven't watched... I made that playlist like watch some of my videos while I sleep, and I haven't used it for a while. Oh boy. Double battle with 6 Pokemon on a water route of the water Pokemon. This is what excitement is made of, don't you know? You took away my special defense. I needed that special defense to not die to special attacks. Now I might die to a special attack because of you getting rid of my special defense. There was a Pokemon Center at the end of this. There normally is a Pokemon Center for Elite Road. Victory Road? Why do I keep forgetting the name Victory Road? I don't know. Why are you weak to that? Are you a Faith type? Are you Water Faith? Are you really not flying at all despite being a fucking chicken? Of course you're not flying. Chickens can't fly. Why would you be a flying type? Chickens don't fly. What's wrong with me? Making chickens fly. Can this please be the last trainer here? This last swimmer over here. No! Then there's a sailor. This route goes on for a while. I thought this would be like a short route that I would merge with me starting Victory Road. Not at this rate. Nope, not at this rate at all. Your puppet doesn't seem to be tiring at all from carrying you on its back. Let me see how strong it is.
I am riding the fish. Fish is carrying me wherever she go.
The Hina game had an update recently. I think it put Byakurin and Kaneko in it. So, you know, if Asper streams it at some point and I happen to be there, I guess I'll record another part of that. Although, how am I going to show off 2 characters? Have I done that before? I don't think I've bothered to do that before. The last time I remember them introducing 2 characters at the same time, it was Auron and Satori. And I just did one part for Auron and then played Satori in a different part. I don't know, maybe I could try. So what I like to do is I like to show off all the costumes of a certain character in the whole part. But I can still try to do, I can just play each character less, and maybe switch back and forth, maybe only like 5 minutes or so, I don't know. Can't take any more, I'm all tired out. Well, if I wanted to properly convey in the thumbnail that I was playing as both of them, I'd have to hope I get a match where I was playing as Byakurin and my opponent was playing as Kaneko, or vice versa. I've decided I'm off to the Puppet League if I win. You think there are any water routes on that bonus island over there, which is where I assume the post-game is? As if not, this might be it. The last video where I go through a water route and fight a bunch of trainers. Because I'm not doing this again. Because I've played a version of one of these puppet hacks for every single game that has it. Has one. Except for Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I don't want to play Heart Gold and Soul Silver, so I'm not going to. I did one for Fire Red / Leaf Green, and then Emerald, and now Platinum. I don't think there are many for any generations after this, because once you get to Gen 5, you have to start making animated sprites. And I don't think anyone's attempted to try to do any of that. "95% accurate." 95% accurate! Fucking lie. "95. It missed twice in a row. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Huh. Why'd I get rid of my 100% accurate move again? I don't know. Hack stat was bigger. Thought it'd be worth it. Apparently not. 95 means fucking 75. I came here because I wanted to see the Puppet League for myself. Which you can't do, because you have all 8 badges. Zachariah. Okay. Hey, do you know Marasa hard counters Megatron? Because she does. Rain, glad you added that to make every turn go by slower. No, I just, something about Heart Gold and Soul Silver, like, said many times now, I used to have a copy, traded it for a copy of Pearl that I never finished because it broke. It's just, I've played through it many times and I just never finished it. And I only got through the main story like maybe twice because the difficulty spike to the Elite Four is just dumb. And then I just never get through Kanto. Didn't even get to the point where it gets really dumb between like the 8th gym leader and Red, where you basically you have to grind for like 10 levels at very least. I didn't even get to that point. I just never finished Kanto. So, like, I can imagine if I did a playthrough of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I'd be forcing myself to finish. It would just probably not be entertaining for anyone, including myself. So. I don't know, my main issue with Heart Gold and Soul Silver is I often find it difficult to find enough Pokemon I like to make a whole team, which wouldn't be a problem for the puppet game, but it still have the other problems I have with Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Like, the level problem. Remember in Sugar Conroy's playthrough of Heart Gold and Soul Silver they did recently, he said he'd show that the level gap, the level difference, or the level issue isn't that bad, and he'd show you why. And the way he showed you with being like, okay, if you use this very obscure feature, where you have to get everyone's phone number, and then people want to battle you on certain days, but like the game isn't going to properly tell you like when those days are or how they work. You basically have to use a site to figure out how to finagle any of this. And that will allow you to use trainers to grind instead of wild Pokemon. Doesn't change the fact that you are going to have to grind against those trainers, whereas that's something you don't have to do in the majority of Pokemon games because they have a better leveling scale. But you know, it makes the grind not as bad because you use trainers instead of wild Pokemon. It's like, woo. If only this game had a better leveling scale. But it needed to be like that so you could have more freedom to go left or right after Goldenrod. So like a third of Johto basically has no trainers gain any levels for their Pokemon, so you barely get any XP, and then when you're done with that part of the game, it's just like, here you go, massive difficulty spike. You know, I was crowned the champion of a swimsuit contest, so now I'm trying to win a title at a puppet contest. Quite impressive you won a swimsuit contest when you're wearing the exact same swimsuit that everyone else is. I got lucky, I happened to bring out my fish against someone that's not a water type. Man, remember when I thought that this would be a short route and it wouldn't take the whole part and I'd be able to start Victory Road? Those were the days. Those were the days of 18 months ago. Very wrong about that, huh? It's your last water route of the main game and they're making sure it lasts a while, aren't they? Would not want to play Heart Gold Soul Silver because I have problems with it. That makes it very hard for me to actually play all the way through it. So if I ever played through it, I would be forcing myself to do it. It would probably become very obvious in my commentary. It just made it very unfun for me and just not fun to watch in general. So it's just not a good idea. So I'm not going to do it. I'm speechless. I never lose when I'm in my swimsuit. So yeah, since I'm not doing Heart Gold and Soul Silver, the only other puppet games that would be left would be different versions of, you know, Pokemon games I've already played. So I don't need to play a different version, because there's a bunch of different versions of these hacks. There's a lot. But they're all different versions of Fire Red or Leaf Green or Emerald. Is there any other versions of Platinum? I think there was at least one. I don't know how different it is. Yes, I know I can surf, but I'd rather swim instead. It does seem weird, I agree. I could always try to figure out how to mod my puppet dance to where it has the reloaded stuff. What's it called? I forgot what the expanded mod is. It just called the expanded mod? Yeah. But said a couple times now, I think, that I don't want to do that, because some of the things that mod adds is pretty neat. Like, you go to the Animal Realm and stuff, and of course adds puppets up to 18. But the main thing that mod does is add a bunch of stuff to the post-game. And puppet dance performances post-game is not fun. Really like that game, but I'll admit, its post-game is not good. It's just a bunch of trainers, terrible AI, terrible terrible battles. I hate all of Puppet Dance's post-game battles. They're all the fucking same thing. You just counter everything you do, and then you die, and then you have to use healing moves. And remember that battle against Mima, where she just kept like healing, and it actually took like over 20 minutes. It was terrible. Yeah, I would not enjoy a playthrough of the expanded mod Puppet Dance. I'd enjoy part of it, but I wouldn't enjoy most of it. The parts where it's like, here we go, here's 10 more hours of post-game battles. Like, no, I don't think I want to do that. I really don't. Alright, can I do this? Yep. It works. To be fair, you can't even do this in the original game because you have to use the H and, like, forgetter to even do that. But it seems to work that way. Alright, let's give you back, sir, before I forget. Well, this is awkward, isn't it? It's been 22 minutes. That's not really long enough for a whole part. But I've kind of reached Victory Road, so I guess I can start it. Why not? I'd like to get all of it done this recording session. There's no Pokemart, so I might have wanted to buy a couple more revives, but, you know, maybe I think I have around 20. That should be fine. The objective is to reach the Puppet League. Stay focused and never lose sight of that goal. It will sustain you as you fight through the long and arduous Victory Road. Victory Road confuses me. I should draw up a map. Yeah, recently ADIF made that video of, you know, if Elite Four trainers could actually beat every gym leader. It was, like 5 hours long. I watched the whole thing. I think those videos are neat. Wonder how long this Victory Road is compared to the other ones. Gonna be honest, I'm not really all that interested in doing that much exploration, so if I kind of just find myself at the correct way, then I guess I just found myself on the correct way. I keep battling so I can soar even higher into the skies. We should all have a bunch of water-type Pokemon, like the entirety of the previous route, so I should be able to use my fish a bit. I hope Aya isn't Wind-type. One version of her is, because it was using that gym earlier. I don't think it's you though, because I remember using a normal Aya. My original puppet playthrough. I don't remember her being a Wind type. So I think I had Natori, who was a Wind type. Same playthrough. No, I think Aya was the Pokemon I replaced with Momiji because I thought Momiji was a legitimate shiny. She wasn't. because I had previously watched Asper's playthrough, his original playthrough of that game, and the Momiji was not shiny, so I assumed it wasn't shiny, and then I found out, so when I found it shiny, I thought it was shiny. I found out later, when I played through the game, that in fact, it's scripted to be shiny, in an update came out after that playthrough. You know, Aspen played through that game again a couple months ago, and what do you know, it was shiny in that one too. You know, it's not too late. And I'm not done with this game yet. If I could find one legitimate shiny in one of my playthroughs, that'd be pretty cool. But we're rapidly running out of time for that to happen. And I mean, it's also way too late for me to use it. But you know, it'd be cool to find one. I'm glad I barely survived that, so I don't have to waste a revive after just the first trainer. Oh, really, I just go back to Pokemon Center. It seems I've been grounded. Three super potions being poured over my fish's scales. They heal her very well. It's just an item over here. It's the max repel, okay. How long will I go through this victory road before I end this recording? Start the next one. Who knows? What is the point of this over here? Did I already go over here and there was an item? I forgot? Possibly. Possibly. But yeah, this was the point. You know, this in World Link, you know, we would have reached the point where I got to that awful rival battle, and basically the entire rest of the main game at this point was terrible for World Link, but I don't think that'll be a problem here. I think this game will be fine for the most part. So I was gonna see if you would move again, but you didn't. I'm a psychic, I can see your future. I should be able to get through the rest of Victory Road without too much hassle, hopefully. Definitely wasn't the case for World Links. I remember literally what happened was I finally beat the stupid rival battle trainer, and then I went into Victory Road, and the very first trainer killed like half my team with one puppet, and I was like, yep, I'm grinding 10 levels off screen. And I did. That shouldn't be a problem. These should be normal trainers that don't kill me instantly. It should be fine to fight all these guys without grinding. And then I'll probably grind off screen before I do the final... Before I do the Elite Four and Cynthia, because Cynthia is probably gonna have, like, up to level 60 or something. Because Pokemon games are dumb like that. You'll fight level 45s in Victory Road, the champion will have level 60s. Doesn't make any sense. It took you until level 50 to learn Will-O-Wisp. I don't really need that, but like, I think Orin learns that at like level 20-something. Come on. You don't die to dark. You look like you should die to dark, because you're a psychic. You're like, it's a psychic character. It's kind of your thing. What a weird noise you just made. Yeah, that's the thing about these puppet games. They're like little puppets. They're all cute, but then they make like weird Pokemon noises. Like that one kind of makes sense when you're a ghost. Whatever the hell noise Sumireko made was not a noise I'd expect to come out of her mouth. Calm mind. You wanna die to Crush Claw? Wow, it hit. It's almost like it's a 95% accurate move. I feel like it. So be it, I will not divulge that I know of your future. Alright. What? Misty on front, sure, whatever. Top up your health before I forget. my mini super potion. Then my potion, which I also bought many of. Alright, 30 minutes. Power Whip. Fantastic. I'd like it, ideally, I would end this part at a time point where I'd be able to finish I'd be able to finish Victory Road during the next part, but also have it take long enough to where I don't have to start the Elite Four and have it not be a ridiculously short part. That's what happened. I think that's what happened during Enhanced Reloaded. Is I ended the Victory Road at a point where there was so little left that I had to start the Elite Four during the same part. Where am I going? Why does everything feel like a dead end? The hell? Have I not gone every possible direction at this point? No, there's a rock climb down here. Didn't see that. Well, maybe I'll try to go through the rest of this room. So there's not much left. It doesn't look like there's that much left. Never mind, this looks like a really big room. Show me how you battled to get here. Let's do this. Yeah, there's normally nothing but ace trainers and like a couple fighters. Imagine a version of 8F's videos where you do the puppets instead. It'd be way too much work for me to do though, so. Kanako. You notice how that's the name Kana with Ko after it, much like how Rikako is Riko with Ko after it. At least 2 examples of that. Steel Wing. I barely use this move, but it's one I have. Because I don't really remember what Steel's super effective against, besides Dark. It's definitely super effective against Dark, I remember that. Man, I was hoping that would kill you instantly. What was Stun Spore? Is there really any reason for you to do that? Like, congratulations. It made me waste a full heal. At least I'm going to waste one after I finish this battle. Really, what you should have done in that moment? So that's how you battled. Yes, I'd spam Sky Uppercut until you're dead. That's definitely how I battle. Okay. There's my full heal because I ran out of cherry berries. I don't think I picked any more. Well, I guess I could have checked. Nope. They're at the top, pretty sure. Still going here. There are multiple paths now, which means I'm going to miss things. Never mind, no there isn't. There's a nugget in this rock, I wasn't expecting that. Okay then. Oh, now I'm just, the only way I can go is up. Let's see. You have strength, which means I need to teach Isabelle Rock Smash before I have to teach her Rock Climb again. Oh, there it is. No, there. At least I can do this. If I wasn't able to do this, then I just have to bring an HM user. That's what I just have to do. Alright. Break a rock. Push a rock. What is the point of that small little area over there? This just loops around. There's no point to this. Besides fighting this guy, there's no point to this entire, like, leg at all. Great, those are like the slopes you need a bike for. Remember those? one look at you tells me you're a real contender. I'll probably fight this guy and then end the part. Gokoro! Normally a pretty annoying puppet dancer, you are, at least. Yeah, though, Monchan. Yeah, though. Sonic X Shadow Generation. That was a series that did pretty good view-wise for what was going on, but like hasn't gotten any views since it's finished from what I can tell. This last time I checked, the playlist has no views. I don't know, there's some series that will get views months after they're over, and then some that won't. My World Link playthrough has actually like a lot of views from the playlist, from what I can tell, which is nice. My playthrough of Fantasy Maiden Wars also has some views, which is nice because, you know, with how often videos get like 1 to 3 views while I was recording it, you know, the idea that no one was watching the videos I was recording while making that series is very prevalent in my mind. It's nice to see that I was wrong for some of those videos. You're telling me Sukuna, Miss Giant Hammer, Metal Hammer Girl, is not steel type. She used minimize like twice, so that could have been very annoying. Luckily it was not. You're as tough as you look. No, it seems like, I think all the series I've had where they've gotten views months after they were done, I think they were mostly the Touhou ones. I can't think of any of the non-Touhou ones that have. Silent Sinner and Blue Readings have also gotten views. I said some things in those videos, and if any of those newer views have resulted in any more dislikes, I don't know, because I can't look at my own dislikes in my own videos anymore. Ain't that fantastic? Yeah, so I guess I'll end it here. There's a path going up and a path going down. Where do I go? Who knows?